Flip the first.
Popa swinging at the first pitch he sees. It goes 0-1. Senior right fielder from right there in Pittsburgh. Joined this year by his younger brother Dom on the Panthers roster. Nice pitch inside by Messick to quickly make it 0-2.
Because Popa is a COVID senior, as they call it, came back for an additional year and gets to play with his younger brother in college.
How about that sequence right there?
Good extension on Messick, throwing it in, getting that ball to big time, big breaking ball.
Then went to summer ball, played for the Winter Garden Squeeze, had a .49 ERA across 18.2 innings of work. Averaged only about 13 pitches per inning as well. So not only was he darn near impossible to score off of, he was doing it at an incredibly efficient clip.
Messick's done nothing since he's been in Florida. He's gotten himself in great shape. And for Bulldog, that's why he's starting on Friday night.
Crowd wanted that one. It goes 1-2. This is Kyle Hess. Guy Mike Bell describes as perhaps the best pro prospect on this roster. Came around empty, but did catch a piece.
That's with the old emergency swing. Ball almost by him. Late swing, fouled it off in the Seminole dugout. Staying alive here with 2 strikes. What's this late swing? Just got a piece of it. Used to call that the emergency swing. That was an emergency right there with 2 strikes.
That ball's lifted deep but foul. Certainly do plenty of damage at the plate. Can be a bit of a swing and miss guy. Took there, it goes 2-2. Numbers for Hess, a .421 batting average, 5 RBI. And rung up for the strikeout looking Parker Messick. One heck of a start. Might have struggled a bit last week against North Florida, but this looks like the Parker Messick Florida State fans know and love. To the bottom of the first we go. And that'll bring up David Yanni. That'll catch the netting. It'll go 0-1. Yanni, the senior from Pipersville, Pennsylvania. A 6th-year senior. And a guy who's been so dependable for Pittsburgh defensively on the infield. Younger infielders all look up to him. He's 0-2 on a fastball. Yanni's typically the shortstop for Pittsburgh, but once again playing as the second baseman. That's due to an injury by Sam Frontino. Had surgery. He's almost at that point where he might work his way back into the equation. Might see him pinch hit at times this weekend, but still retooling that infield in the meantime. Yanni comes up empty.
Picking ball off the plate, had him out in front, strike 3.
Fouled that one off his leg, it looked like. So Hewlett will step out and chip. If there's such a thing as teams tracking down frequent flyer miles for their players, I think this guy might be the leader in the clubhouse. We'll take another look here as it looks like he did, in fact, foul that one off his shin.
Back leg.
But Hewlett started his career, obviously, growing up in the Central Florida area in Polk County. went to JUCO in Nevada, and now is up in Pennsylvania.
He's looking for opportunities, taking full advantage of it.
One of 4 different JUCO transfers to be able to come into the program last year and get their feet wet before coronavirus reaped its effects on the 2020 season. That ball will get to the backstop. Washington advances into scoring position. Let's go ahead and take another look at this.
That was just a rare pass ball. Matt Nelson just missed it. Just did not get a glove on it. Good sure-handed catcher behind the plate for Florida State. They might get a handful of those all year.
Nelson, the catcher you mentioned, has put in a tremendous amount of work in the offseason in the run-up to this 2021 campaign.
A long offseason for everybody. Nelson showed back up to Tallahassee last August and had lost a bunch of weight, really got in great shape. He needed to lose some, but he chopped a few where he needed to.
Good pitch.
You have the type of breaking ball that Parker Messick has. Just throw it and see if they can hit it. And that was a big breaker there.
Haytime chance in the air. Seminole fans looking for Messick's 4th. They'll have to wait another pitch.
Actually, with the 93-mile-an-hour fastball after that slow breaking ball, that ball just jumps out of his hand.
A leadoff hit from Washington, then a pass ball advanced him. So 1 on, 1 out, and a 1-2 count. Got it.
Threw the high breaking pitch earlier for the strike and came back with the hard slider away, down and away, 2 out.
So the shortstop, Yanni, now playing at second. Left that spot open at short, and here's Franks.
Check swing call for a strike. Nelson with a good block at the plate. Block and attack, got after the ball. Kept run Washington at second base.
Big smile there from Franks. Regarded as one of the loosest guys in that dugout.
There's a big bender.
Absolutely, it's 0-2.
Gave up an 0-2 hit to Washington, who's now at second base. Got the slider up. Credit Washington for doing a good job with it. Messick Doug's here an 0-2 count, runner at second with 2 out.
Short hopped its way into the plate. Nelson on top of it, holds Washington. A strikeout would be Messick's 5th through 2 innings. And he's got it. Nelson dropped it for a second, picks it up, tags out Franks. And so for Messick, he gave up a leadoff base hit, and with 2 outs, gave up a 5-pitch walk. But the outs, it's a similar story. Strikeout, strikeout, strikeout. Scoreless through the top of the second. The Seminoles offense at the plate when we return to Tallahassee. Parker did a good job tracking it down to make the flip in time to beat Duff down the line. Opens up with the fastball away. Mentioned how Duff is a guy who will find a way to get on base. His freshman year, he walked 40 times in addition to hitting 260, so you can tell how many times he would have been on base in that situation. And had accumulated 19 more walks just in the little bit of time that Pittsburgh played last year. He finds himself behind the count here, 1-2 for the southpaw Messick. Didn't chase the fastball away.
Thought he had one there. Ball just off the plate.
357 batting average for Duff. Came up empty on a fastball from Messick, so Parker had to wait one more, but he does get the strikeout he was looking for.
After showing a whole bunch of breaking stuff, fastball up in the zone just below the Friday night guy. You want him to eat up some innings. You want your guy to get off the field right here. You don't want to go to your bullpen in the fourth inning.
Found the corner with the fastball. It goes 1-1. Duff has grounded out and struck out in his two prior plate appearances. One and two.
Bases loaded.
Did a pretty good job of blocking it, stayed behind it. So it goes 2-2. Everybody stays where they were. That's Hunter Purdue getting warm in the Florida State bullpen. Got him. With the bases loaded, a deserved fist pump for Parker Messick. Things started to go sideways for the redshirt freshman, and he comes back to limit the damage. It's 1-0 Pittsburgh heading to the bottom.
I was part of that dog pile. It was fun.
Messick comes back out here to start the fifth. 0-1 to Nico Popa. He struck out and walked. Messick working ahead early. It's 0-2 to the right fielder. And that's the thing too, Chip. I talked with Mike Bell a couple of days ago, and he said, look, it's really cool, the coaching tree that we're seeing, especially here in the ACC, of guys that played for and coached with Mike Martin Sr. You've got him at Pittsburgh. Mike Martin Jr., of course, here. Link Jarrett at Notre Dame.
Those guys first came in that 1994 team. So 3 Florida State players, and I found a box score, and I sent it up there when Florida State won the probably that game we talked that same year, 94. And I sent a box score, and Chris had a lot of fun with that. And they got all 3 of those guys, Mike Bell, Mike Martin Jr., and Link Jarrett, all with a photo. It's pretty cool.
Chip, how big would this sequence be after the struggles in the fourth? Quickly 2 outs, and now quickly 0-2. To Ron Washington, who's been the trouble guy for Parker Messick so far tonight.
He's been getting ahead in this inning. That's the big key, as you mentioned. With a harder breaking ball. Hard and down there, trying to get him to chase him. 0-2 count.
Washington was on the All-ACC third team as a freshman. Goes to show also was on the All-Freshman team. A few years ago. He's rung up for the strikeout look, and Messick got him with a fastball. And could that be the moment? Could that be the sequence? He struggled in the fourth and worked incredibly efficiently, stuck the fastball inside to the DH, and we head to the bottom of the fifth. Pittsburgh trying to hang on to a 1-0 lead.